Okay.
Welcome, everybody, and hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. This is going to be Let's Talk about Magic Kingdom rides and attractions. And for some of you that have, hey, Ross, welcome. Glad you could make it. You may notice
Hi, Ross.
my screen looks a little different today since I was pushed into using Streamlabs so I could stream mobile after the new YouTube rules. I decided to see what it would look like with Streamlabs on the computer. Michael, welcome. So, this is what I came up with. It's still a work in progress, learning the ins and outs of using Streamlab. Uh, we'll just see how it works. I'll continue playing with it. Yeah, well, I could. That's
Wish we
true,
did.
Michael, but we're doing this from home. We're not mobile, so I actually still could use the YouTube app. The new rule only applied to people that were going mobile, but we do go mobile.
We will be soon.
Yeah, the stream next month, which we'll probably remind everybody later if we get more people watching. Next month, we will be live at the qualifications for the Indianapolis 500, doing a tour through the garages, and we usually try to sit in turn number one and watch the cars go around. It's really kind of cool if you're into racing.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get this going, I guess. You will notice my guest star from last month has made herself a permanent guest, I would guess. Oh, wait a minute, that sounded kind of funny. Two guesses. Two guests. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to talk about rides in the Magic Kingdom, attractions in the Magic Kingdom, our favorites, and maybe not so favorites. So we'll start on Main Street. When you go in, obviously the first ride you get to is the train. Always been a tradition for us that that's what we'll do when we first arrive is we'll jump on the train and ride it all the way around. It's a great ride. It's nice and relaxing. And you kind of get a sense of what's going on in the park, how busy it is and stuff like that from the train.
Yep.
We get off the train and you can one of the attractions is over in the theater you can go and meet Mickey and another character, which I'm not sure who it is. It may change now and then. But anyway, on down Main Street, and I want to talk a minute for one of my favorite attractions that isn't there anymore. They turned it into a shop. Was the Main Street Cinema. Always like to duck in there at least long enough to watch Steamboat Willie. It kind of was a good way to start a Magic Kingdom day because
Kinda
Mickey
got you in
started
the
it all.
mood,
Yeah, it
yeah.
kind of set the mood for your day.
And I love Steamboat Willie.
And of course, at the end of the Main Street, you see the castle. And traditionally, we always. Oh, Ross put us on the big screen.
Awesome.
All right,
Yay,
we're
Ross.
famous now, Ross.
Always wanted to be on the big screen.
That's right. Ross, you mean you rented a movie theater just to put us up on the screen? Anyway,
Oh, wow.
traditionally for us, when we get to the end of Main Street, we would always hang a left and go into Adventureland
Hi,
first.
Donna.
And I'm not really sure why we did that
Because you're left-handed.
because I'm left handed. Maybe that's it. Just out and about, welcome.
Hey, hi.
Um, but since we're talking about our favorite rides, and I'm sure Lori will have to throw her 2 cents worth in here pretty soon, we're going to go to Tomorrowland first.
Yay.
And your favorite ride in Tomorrowland is,
People mover. I love the people mover.
as anybody that follows Josh and Jenna, pretty much all the resort hoppers love the People Mover.
I could just ride and ride. And
Yeah, if
ride.
they'd let us stay on it, we could like spend an hour or two
Yeah.
doing just that.
Yeah.
But before we get to the People Mover, there's a couple of things.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, cool, Ross.
50, 56.
Really?
East side. Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I need to dust, huh?
Yeah, we may need to dust the cabinet. I like that. Um, one of them, they closed the Stitch attraction. I mean, they open it sometimes at busy
Excuse me.
times. But I really liked it when the Stitch attraction was the Alien Extraterrestrial attraction.
Easy for you to say.
Estial. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
little hard to say.
Extraterrestrial.
No, it's terror.
Terrestrial.
Yeah. I just thought it was a much better attraction. Granted, it probably did freak out some little kids.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, Lori did,
I'm a little kid at heart. I would not do it. I was afraid of it.
yeah, but it was really kind of cool, and it was a little scary. And I mean, I mean, some people that know me know that I don't like heights, so I don't do too many roller coasters unless they're fairly calm ones. But the Alien attraction was a way to get a few thrills without having heights involved. But sadly, they turned it into Stitch, and now Stitch is gone. Hopefully,
I did Stitch though, and it was a lot of fun.
yeah, especially the chili dog burp.
Ugh.
Timothy Rainwaters,
Hi,
welcome
Timothy.
and happy Friday to you.
Oh, happy Easter! Yes,
That's
happy
right.
Easter weekend. It's Good Friday today.
It's Good Friday today, and I suppose I could launch into the old wives' tale. I know the people in Florida are getting a little rain,
Oh wow, they're getting nailed.
and we got a little rain. The old wives' tale was that it always rains on Good Friday to symbolize the darkening of the skies at the crucifixion. And the wives' tale said that if it didn't rain on Good Friday, it rained for the next 7 Sundays. And like some old wives' tales, it surprisingly works more often than not. But anyway, that's way off of the subject. Across from Stitch and down a little bit, there's Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, which I have done. Lori is not. It's a
Yeah.
really cute attraction. At the time I did it, I didn't like being on camera, but I've sort of gotten over that now.
Really?
Well, sort of, just a little bit. Because they would pick people in the audience in that attraction and make fun of you.
And he doesn't like that either.
Yeah, you know. Moving on. If you go, yeah, we're not down to Carousel of Progress yet, but we are getting close to TTA, Ross.
Yes.
You go on down and staying on the same side as Laugh Floor, you get to Buzz.
Love Buzz.
I love Buzz,
Love
but I'm
Buzz.
just not very good at it. I'm good enough to beat Lori, but I guess that's all that really counts. But
and I'm really not very good, so it doesn't take much.
yeah, I could get 200,000 or 300,000.
Yeah.
But it's a fun ride. Of course, TTA.
Oh, yeah.
TTA is a big favorite of ours. I
It's
mean,
really a lot of fun if you're on it and the fireworks are going.
yeah,
going
and
on.
you get some
It's-
really cool views of the castle from the
first-
TTA.
Yeah, yeah.
Carousel of Progress
Oh,
is
wait, can I go back to TTA for a minute?
oh, I have to put it in reverse. All
Yep,
right, let's
sorry.
grab the gear shift.
One time when we were writing TTA, well, we were at Magic Kingdom, I believe, and correct me, Bill, if I'm mistaken here, but I think
You're mistaken.
one of the soap
Trying
operas.
to knock me off camera.
I'm going to take over the stream. One of the soap operas we were watching was having a wedding. And they were doing a wedding scene out by the castle on the grounds out there. And we caught that. Didn't we catch that when we were going around?
Yeah, I think we did see that when we were from the TTA.
It was just another fun thing I wanted to throw in there. It was kind of cool.
Of course, you got Carousel of Progress. I love that ride. It's great on a hot day because it's nice and air conditioned and it's comfortable seats.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's a little outdated. I really wish that they would, if nothing else, at least update the very last scene. And then also in Tomorrowland is one of the 3 rides in Magic Kingdom that I have never ridden on. I've never done Astro Orbiters because it's like
It's high. Yeah,
high
that's
in the
kind of
air.
that's even a little scary for me. And I
But
don't like going around.
I think I could. Well, I love going round
I
and
know
round.
that I don't.
I think I could do it without too much trouble, and I may on an upcoming trip. There are only 3 rides in Magic Kingdom that I have not done. Believe it or not, I have done Space Mountain.
I have not.
But Space Mountain didn't bother me because it was dark. I couldn't see where I was going.
And that's the reason I haven't done it because.
And I didn't realize how high up I was.
Yeah, I don't care about being high. I don't like being pitch black practically.
Need to refresh the picture of iced tea. It looks a bit old. And I imagine all the ice cubes have probably melted by now.
What picture of iced tea?
He's talking about Carousel of Progress.
Oh, my fault. I'm looking in my cabinet.
Pay attention.
Oh, sorry, that's funny.
I may do Space Mountain again at some point just to see any of the changes that they've made. Like I say, when I rode Space
won't say
Mountain,
never,
it was
but yeah.
Space Mountain. Last time I rode Space Mountain was 1975, so it's been a day or two.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it has. Have we covered everything? Yeah, the only other thing in Tomorrowland is the Tomorrowland Speedway, which currently is closed. I guess the railroad's closed too. But last video I saw when Josh was doing a construction update, looks like they've started pouring the track. I know everybody really wants them to go to electric cars, and I guess that would be kind of cool. But it's just not a speedway if it doesn't smell like gasoline and exhaust. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, for sure, Ross.
Moving on, what comes after Tomorrowland? Oh, yeah, Fantasyland. Fantasyland has changed so dramatically when they tore down Toontown Fair, which I really liked. I liked going through Mickey and Minnie's houses and oh yes, you can't forget Sunny.
Yeah.
Had many a meal in there while Sunny was playing.
Yeah, it's fun.
Um,
And it's a great way to sit and relax when you're tired and.
so they closed Toontown Fair and they totally remodeled Fantasyland.
Yeah.
They took out one of my favorite rides in Fantasyland and added a new favorite ride in Fantasyland. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is just an amazing ride. It's a lot like Big Thunder. We might even have a picture of us on Mine Train. See if I can hold it up and see if you can see it in front of the camera.
This the two in the front are our daughter and son-in-law on one of the trips they
And
went
then
with
we're
us.
right behind them.
Yeah, that was so fun.
I love Mine Train. It's interesting. Well, you know, Disney, if they went to electric cars, they would. Hey, I like that, Timothy. That would make good sense because they do have a tendency to pump smells in.
Yeah, that's and it would be safe, so people wouldn't complain
That's
about
right.
getting toxic fumes and whatnot. That's a good one. I love it.
But my favorite ride in Fantasyland was always 20,000 Leagues.
It was gone before my first trip ever, so I never got
I
to do it.
realized that you don't really go underwater any more than when it was sitting there at the dock because you're going down into the submarine and it rides on a track. But and the theming was very primitive compared to what you would see around Disney today. But it was just a fun ride, and it did make you feel like you were in a submarine. But they tore that out, and turned it into Pooh's Playground, if I recall. And then the Fantasyland expansion,
That's Ariel's Grotto?
Ariel's Grotto's back in there,
Yeah.
part of Mine Train's in that area.
Yeah.
Of course, they moved Dumbo over to where Toontown used to be.
Now, you and Jennifer have done Dumbo,
I've done Dumbo.
but I haven't done it, and I think we were going to this last trip, but something happened and we weren't able to do it or
Yeah,
something.
I don't remember.
Know. There was a lot going on.
We ended up riding Triceratops Spin in Animal Kingdom instead.
That's true. That was a hoot. If you haven't watched his video on that, you should.
Yeah, it's a fun video.
I giggle a lot because I do
Well,
that.
she got confused. And then there's another roller coaster that I can ride in Fantasyland is the Barnstormer.
Oh yeah.
Little short roller coaster, doesn't go very high, doesn't go very fast. I think that was the first roller coaster my daughter ever went on when she was like 7 years old.
Yeah, that was fun.
Of course, I was sitting in the car saying, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," all the way up the lift hill, and it's not really a very high lift hill. What else we got? I need to look at my notes here. I can't remember what all the rides are. Also in the around Dumbo, you got the Casey Jr. Splash area. There's Enchanted Tales with Belle. And then you get into all of the traditional Disney rides. Although, again, we get into an area where... Okay, Timothy, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Timothy.
Be safe. They took out Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and turned it into Pooh. I love Mr. Toad's ride. And it is kind of cool that they put a tip of the hat. It has Mr. Toad handing the deed to Owl, I believe it is. They also took out Snow White's Scary Adventures, which when Lorian went on that, it scared her to death when the witch jumped out. The Carousel, It's a Small World, Peter Pan.
All the classics.
All the classics. Mad Tea Party, which I dearly love. No. See, I don't like being up high, so I don't do roller coasters, but you can spin me in circles forever.
I'll do not all roller coasters, but a lot of roller coasters, but I don't spin.
When Jennifer's first trip, when she was 7, her and I went on the teacups, and I got it spinning one direction as fast as I could go. And she looks up at me in those innocent 7-year-old eyes and says, "Daddy, make it go the other way." So I drug it down to a stop and spun it up the other direction as hard as I could. And she says, just thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. Have a good day.
Oh, you can have all the bigger and better roller coasters. Tracy Taylor, how are you?
Hi, Tracy.
Glad you could make it.
Good to see you.
Oh, yes, teacups. So anyway, I ended up spinning the teacup as fast as I could in different directions 3 or 4 times before the ride was over, and Jennifer and I were just staggering when we got off of it, which is the fun of going on spinny rides. I guess, do I need to ask you what your favorite ride in Fantasyland is? I got to guess.
7 Dwarfs Mine Train.
Really? I thought sure you were going to say Peter Pan.
Well, okay. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. It's hard to choose.
Maybe it's
hard
a
to
tie.
Choose. Yeah, it might be a tie. It's hard to choose.
Oh, we are doing well, Tracy. Thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. Words are hard.
It's this weather. It's so dreary today. It's kind of rainy out, and you just want to go to sleep. You want to take a nap.
But the grass needs cutting. And
yeah,
I haven't managed to start the lawnmower yet this year. I may have to take it to get it worked on. But anyway, it's so off topic here, people.
Yeah, well,
That's the fun of being live, is you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Winnie the Pooh is fun. PhilharMagic I have done. Lori has not. It's a 3D movie attraction. It's cute. I don't think it's as good as some of the other 3D movies that Disney has put in various places. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Audience and It's Tough to Be a Bug. But I believe that pretty much covers Fantasyland. I'm going to have to say Mine Train's going to be my favorite. My least favorite's probably going to be Small World. Small World is a classic Disney ride, but when you get off of it, that song is in your head for the rest of the day.
I had a coworker tell me yesterday that his one of his kids or something had one of the songs in his head, and he couldn't stop singing it from one of the rides at Disney World. And I said, "Well, you just need to think of Small World." And he goes, "Thanks a lot."
All right, moving on.
Along.
We come to Frontierland. And
Nice for us. I wish it was that way here. It'd be great.
Yeah. In Frontierland, we have Big Thunder, Country Bear Jamboree, the Shooting Arcade, Splash Mountain, and Tom Sawyer Island. I've done Big Thunder multiple times.
And at night.
And I have done it at night, and oddly enough, at night was the time it really bothered me for some reason.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see the Magic Kingdom, the parts you could see at night from up there.
Small, yeah, really good, Ross. That's funny. Of course, everybody loves Country Bear Jamboree because it's Big Al. How can you not love Big Al? The Shooting Arcade I have never done because it is an extra charge, but I always mean to.
We kind of stop and look.
Because it does look like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Splash Mountain is ride number 2 that I have never done.
I've done it a couple of times.
See if I can hold this picture up in front of the camera in the right spot, and right there behind all the glare, you can see Lori screaming all the way down the hill.
Because that's what you do. You scream as you're falling.
No, I don't.
You don't fall.
Although I have fallen on Tower of Terror, but that's a story for another time.
Oh, that's funny, Ross.
and then we get to Tom Sawyer Island. I love Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah,
we don't get out there every trip. It's fun just to go out and walk around. We went back when Aunt Polly's was open on a regular basis. We would always have lunch out on Tom Sawyer Island.
Yep.
I love going through all the caves, although bothers Lori a little bit. I
get a little claustrophobic, and then I get turned around, and that's just me.
And I like
but I do them.
The fort is pretty cool.
I've done that.
The escape from the fort where you end up down along the river is pretty cool. Yeah. I would have to say I like Big Thunder. I've never tried Splash, but it's on my list. I'm going to force myself. And who knows, I might like it.
Right, Ross, that is true. And it seems like it's never open when we're there.
Yeah, they've been opening it up.
Like during
they opened it this month for spring break.
Yeah.
And maybe we used to catch it open all the time because we would always go the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Tracy, you might look for that because it seems like they're doing it, at least it seems like that during the spring break, fall break, maybe this weekend, I don't know, but during high traffic times when there's going to be a lot of people there. So that might be something to look at.
So I'm going to have to say that my favorite attraction is going to be Tom Sawyer Island. I think Country Bear is probably a close second.
I don't know that I have a specific favorite there. I like all of those. Big Thunder, believe it or not, is probably my least favorite since Mine Train opened up because I really like Mine Train.
Mine Train's a little smoother. Big Thunder can get a little rough sometimes.
Yeah. I love Country Bear. That is a great, fun little attraction. And I really miss that they don't do it at Christmas time anymore.
Yeah, the Christmas overlay was really pretty cool.
Yeah, it really was. And I think they should bring that back, but, that's just me. But, yeah, I don't know. I like it over there. It's a great place to watch parades. It's over there by, where is it?
Back in Frontierland, right next to Splash is the gateway where the parades start.
Yeah. So you get the beginning of the parade.
Yeah. I love watching a parade from back there. My problem now that I'm filming stuff to put on YouTube, it's very dark back there, and it doesn't really show up on camera near as well as if you're on Main Street or up around the hub. Okay, moving on to Liberty Square.
Oh boy.
It's no contest what's going to be my favorite in Liberty Square. You have the Hall of Presidents, the Riverboat, and Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion, by far and away, is probably one of my top 5 rides in the whole park.
I love
I
it.
try to do Haunted Mansion every time, and I've been, I think the upcoming trip this year is going to be 24 times, and I try to do Haunted Mansion every time. The only time I have missed was when it was down. The Liberty Square Riverboat is kind of cool. You get to
It's nice, relaxing.
nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
While you get various different views, because there's 3 decks on the riverboat, we always go upstairs to the very top, usually in the back, overlooking the paddle wheel,
Yeah.
and
It's a good
you've got the
spot.
steam exhaust stacks there. Hall of Presidents is pretty good, but we haven't done it for a fast couple of trips because it seems like it hasn't been open or just hasn't been readily available when we had other things
Yeah.
to do.
That's true.
All right, and Adventureland, we have another of my 3 rides that I've never done in Magic Kingdom, and that's the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, which is basically Dumbo, just like Triceratops Spin.
Yeah, I haven't done
But
that either.
it's still one I've got to cross off on the list. Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that one on the list yet, Ross.
You're
Tiki,
doing
tiki,
so,
tiki room. Um, Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, I really like. I know a lot of people don't like it.
Which one?
Swiss Family Robinson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or Swiss Family.
I was.
There's no Robinson on it, I guess. It's a climb, a lot of stairs, but the theming in that tree is just amazing.
That's true.
Follows the tone it down, Ross. All right,
Yes,
all right.
Ross, for sure.
There's the tiki room. We've done the tiki room multiple times, although it's not really our favorite because one trip we were sitting in there and there was a lady next to us that had a cold and was coughing and sneezing on everyone in the
And then I got
audience.
sick.
Yeah.
She was from Germany or somewhere, and she was so sick. She had no business being out and about. And lo and behold, I got it. I was sitting right next to her. He did not get it, but
I don't believe in getting sick.
yeah, I know.
And then we have of course, the 2 best rides, in my opinion, in Adventureland, is the Jungle Cruise and Pirates.
Not in that order.
Pirates is probably going to be my favorite,
Yeah.
although Jungle Cruise moves up the list at Christmas time when
Oh
it's
my goodness.
Jingle Cruise.
If you guys haven't watched that video, you need to. It was so funny.
Yeah, the video. I got a video on the channel called "We Had to Be Rescued" from
Yeah.
on the
we
Jingle
got
Cruise.
we got stuck literally, and it was hysterical.
The throttle broke on the boat and stuck in neutral.
He broke the boat.
And
Oh,
I know I might be dating myself a little bit. I mean, I'm older than a lot of Disney people, but
but only chronologically.
yeah, mentally, it's what was it I always like to say?
You just said it recently.
I just said, "Oh, my brain thinks I'm 18, my attitude thinks I'm 10, and my body says, have you died yet?" Anyway, the guide on this Jingle Cruise was just fantastic.
And that's it, Tracy. I think that makes a huge difference. It's the guide that you have.
Yeah,
Honestly, because sometimes, I mean, we've been on it a lot of times, and some of the guides are just, like, eh.
but anyway, this particular guide was very good all the way through the whole ride, and we're almost at the end of the ride, almost within sight
yeah.
of the dock,
Yeah.
and the throttle breaks, stuck in idle. We can't go anywhere, can't go forward, can't go backwards. So we have to be towed back to the dock.
It was so funny.
And this guide is so funny. If anybody can remember the high pitched, wacky voices that Jerry Lewis used to do in some
Oh,
of his
yeah.
movies,
Totally. Yeah.
this guy could have been a Jerry Lewis impersonator during this Jingle Cruise rescue.
And he handled it so well, ad-libbing,
Yeah,
and just it was so funny.
it made the whole trip. It really did.
Sorry about the dogs in the background. Somebody's alive in the world.
Yeah, the dogs do have a problem with anyone else being alive within a 5-mile radius of the house.
Wow.
Anyway, we're back now to the hub, and of course, while it's sort of an attraction, you can't not talk about Cinderella Castle. Depending on what time of day it is, if there isn't a time for a show to be going on, you can walk through the castle, and it's really kind of worth it to take your time and look at all the mosaics because they are just amazing. Jason, welcome. How are you? Glad you could make it.
Hi, Jason.
A couple of pictures that we wanted to show that we totally forgot earlier when we were talking about the train. Here's a picture of the train, I believe, just pulling into the station. Yep, sorry for the glare, people. That's what happens. And then this picture is really kind of cool. This is the conductor. That is a switch that he is standing at that can switch the train to a different siding. And when we did the Behind the Magic of the Steam Trains tour, you pull up to the Fantasyland station where they refill it with water, and you go up just a little bit past that, and he flips the switch, and you can back into the roundhouse area where they store the trains overnight. And we backed the train. Couldn't take hardly any pictures back there, of course, because it was backstage.
Yeah.
But the train back there, we got to get out. We got to see the roundhouse. On the second story of the roundhouse, and a little bit behind it, is where is the storage and maintenance facility for the monorail cars. But anyway, when we got off the train, they had another engine out getting ready to be fired up. And as part of the tour, we got to go up into the cab of the engine as they're firing it. And I don't know how many people have been in the cab of a steam engine when it's fired and ready to run and it's got a head of steam, but it's almost like it's alive. I mean, the sounds that it makes, and it's very cool. If you're interested in trains, the tour's fairly inexpensive. I'm thinking $50 a person, thereabouts.
And I think we had to be there like at 7 or something.
Yeah, we had to be there very early because you get to do the first inspection ride of the train tracks before the park opens.
Yeah, it was fun.
And after the tour, the $57.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's pretty good there, Russ. I was close.
It's gone up a couple dollars since we took it.
Yeah, well, because we had a discount too.
That's true too. Yeah, they do. Yeah, gotta look for the discounts.
But after the tour was over, the tour took probably an hour and a half. And when the tour was over, the guide, we all sat in a corner of the train station for another hour.
Yeah, he loved to talk.
He loved to talk. He talked about Walt and Walt's love for trains. He talked about trains. We could sit and ask him questions. That's the only behind the scenes tour we've taken as of right now, although there's several more that I want. Well, no, we've done behind the scenes.
We did that one too. That's different park, but highly recommended.
Yeah, it's a walking tour through the greenhouses in Living with the Land. But the train tour was a lot of fun because we love trains. There's some other tours that we want to do.
Epcot Bob, hi Bob.
Bob, how are you?
Welcome.
Yeah, I decided to bite the bullet and learn how Streamlab works. I mean, I have to use it when I go mobile now, so I figured, what the heck.
I'm trying to talk him into learning some other things too.
I've got some really cool ideas that I want to do. Maybe some different backgrounds. At some point, maybe even doing some green screen effects. It's the as everybody that's on YouTube, the channel is a work in progress,
Always,
and
yep.
it's only when the money permits can I buy new equipment or new things. Not that I am asking for donations, but to let everyone know that I do have a PayPal account.
Wow, Jason, I apologize. I don't remember. Where were we? Let me know where we were when we met. I'll have to go
Let's
back and look
Resort
myself. Yeah.
Oh, there are 4 parks in one stream.
Ross, that's funny.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I guess.
All right.
Anyway, donations are never required, but I do cheerfully accept them if anyone ever wants to support the channel. It's streamlabs.com/Bill's Odds and Ends, and if we sit here long enough, it'll come up on the chat. Like I say, I'm not at all asking for donations, but I just want to let anybody know that is available if you choose to do so.
We'd be thrilled to just have more subscribers.
Yeah, it's a struggle increasing the subscriber count. Views on some of my videos are taking off. I've got one video now that's almost 1,200 views, which that's just incredible to me.
Did you see what Ross said?
Yes, I saw. I haven't got to Ross's comment yet, but I'm working my way up to it. But we are trying to grow the subscriber base, and I know that will come in time. Kind of stuck in the 260s right now. Yes, Ross, I am learning well, I'm not going to say it's super easy. Yeah, we were, Bob. We've done the behind the scenes tour in Epcot and the steam train tour in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. We've done a couple other special things too, but those were the behind the scenes that we've done.
Anyway, Ross is talking about this program that I am now taking class to learn how to do. Because I'm a travel agent, or becoming a travel agent. I have completed my Disney College of Knowledge training for travel agents. So if anybody ever needs a travel agent, we are available. And I guess coming soon, if Ross ever gets me a logo, we will be sponsored by Main Street Travel, Mayne. And
oh, cool.
We make your Disney dreams come true. Undiscovered Future World.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, I bet that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Yep.
In front of Star Wars, I was the fat Cajun with Star Wars cap.
I remember, Jason. That's funny.
That is funny.
Awesome. I'll have to go back and watch that myself.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and rewatch that now.
Yeah.
That was such a bizarre trip for us. It was the second time that we had met Josh and Jenna. The first time we'd ever live streamed with them. And we live streamed the rainy Friday night in Animal Kingdom. And then in and out of the all-day stream the next day. Oh, we appreciate that, Tracy.
More will come out as Bill continues. Eventually, I will be training as well, but since I'm working full-time, it's a lot harder to find time to do it. But it's right now we're focusing on him being the travel agent and me spreading the word. And, it's very cool. I'm very proud of him.
Let me see, Bob. Were you the young guy that knew more than the guide? I mean, you are Epcot Bob after all.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, we've been going for 40 minutes. It seems like it was.
I have to share a picture.
Uh-oh.
Bill didn't really want me to, but I'm going to
Some people
torture
don't
all
like
of you.
This. I always thought it was cool myself, but
I had mixed feelings on it. But anyway, this is a blast from the past. Let's see if I can do this. I'm not very good at this, you guys.
a little closer, maybe.
A little closer. Nope, this way. Okay, this is the birthday castle. Everybody remember that? It's crazy. Anyway, I just had to Just had to share with you guys.
Bob, you mean there's somebody out there that knows more than you? I thought you were the original.
Oh, that's funny, Bob. You should never be ashamed.
Well, hopefully everyone has enjoyed this. I mean, we haven't had a bunch of viewers. Well, I'll tell you what, Jason, I don't know how often you get there. We're going to be there starting the 5th of October for a week. And we already have tickets for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
On the 10th.
On the 10th. And we will be live streaming the Halloween party with Joey.
Joey's World. Yep, they'll be there with us. Some of us will be in costume. We are excited. Joey and family are excited. It's gonna be so fun. And then we're hoping all of us to live stream with Josh and Jenna on Friday night, the 11th. We'll see where
let me think, Bob.
What was your 2000?
It opened up.
It's on my picture here.
No, I don't think.
97.
Yeah, it was
when they did the
25th cake. Anniversary, so it'd be 97.
Oh, logo sent. All right, Ross. Awesome.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to start having sponsor cards on my videos
yeah, Jason.
now.
Jason, we would love to see you again.
Yeah, so love to meet up with you again.
And anybody else who sees us and is going to be there, it's tons of fun to meet with people.
Yeah, when I've only been on YouTube now for a little over a year and 3 or 4 months, and the last trip last November was our first really YouTube trip, where we were filming a lot for the channel. Although I evidently didn't film enough because I'm almost out and I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the year.
He's got some ideas, though.
Got some ideas. Anybody wants to shoot video and send it to me, I'll put it up and give you credit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But it was really cool to meet all of the YouTubers that we met. Of course, we knew Josh and Jenna. It was the first time meeting their mom and dad. We met Corey Meets World. Really super nice guy. Met Brian, Orlando 360. Who else do we meet? Anybody off the top of your head?
We met that. Oh no, you're
Meg, Mickey's Magic.
Oh well, yeah, we
live
streamed
streaming
with
us
Yeah,
Friday night at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Jason, we forgot about
Well,
Jason.
Jason, yeah, I forgot about him.
Oh, sorry, Jason. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw. You
Yes.
talked about that on Twitter or
Bob did.
some social media thing, Bob. I couldn't believe that you got that close and didn't go.
Yeah, that would have been torture. I think I would have probably cried. Been very sad.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'd have dropped whatever I was doing if I was within a mile.
But it looked like you had a good time down there in Florida. I saw some of your pictures on Facebook. It looked way fun.
Oh, really, Ross? That's interesting.
Oh. You'll have to message us on that, Ross.
Bob, you could always get a later flight. Disney's more important. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we are too, Jason.
I got reading the comments. I got lost. I really appreciate all you guys that showed up. It's so much fun chatting with people that we know from. I was wondering if that's why you were coming down, Ross, because I know we'd talked about that.
We also met. That reminded me when he said that we met Aaron from.
My Disney Fix.
My Disney Fix, yeah. Before he started being My Disney Fix. That was interesting, yeah.
That's what's so cool about live streaming is versus just posting videos. But dang, they fixed it, so we had to go.
That in itself is scary. I'm not sure I would have wanted to get on it.
Yeah, I don't want to get on a plane that's broke.
Yeah.
but when you're live streaming and it's a more immediate interaction with your viewers. Well, I know some people leave comments on my videos, and I always make it a point to comment back to everyone. It's live streaming is a lot more fun, although
It can be a lot of work.
it was a little nerve wracking at first, just sitting and talking to the camera. Oh, no big deal.
no
Yeah,
big
I mean,
deal.
you don't need hydraulics on an airplane, right, Mom?
Oh, too funny.
So I hope everybody, rubber band broke to connect the hamster wheel to the. Oh my God, Ross. Ross, have you ever considered giving up the travel industry and doing stand up?
That was a good one. Oh, too funny.
Assuming everybody. I'm assuming everybody's going to be watching Josh and Jenna this evening as they dodge the thunderstorms and 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
I did get paging. Nate! Oh my God, you've made my day.
Oh, Nate, we are so happy to see you. That's amazing.
When we come down again, Nate, we really want to meet
yes,
you.
and I know we've talked about that before, but for sure. We've been following you for a while now, and everything you've been going through and whatever, and we're just true supporters, and we just think you're awesome, and we really appreciate that you're on here.
Yeah, I saw you posted a new video
Yes,
a little
he
while
did.
ago. We
Yep.
haven't had a chance to
Yep.
watch it yet because I knew we were going live. But
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Nate.
Tracy, you do have to do it. There's kind of a learning curve. The mobile Streamlabs that you do on your phone is much easier than to set up than what we're doing here on the laptop. I'll tell you what, Nate, if we can get together, I'll buy you a Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's not my beer of choice, but whatever you want, we'll take care of you.
That'd be fun.
Oh God, my heart's just a pounding. We got to talk to Nate live on our live stream.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, we're
funny.
getting silly now. We've
Yeah.
been at this too long, I guess. But anyway, did get a blurb from the Orlando Sentinel. I subscribe to the Sentinel, and I think they were talking about the 70-mile-an-hour winds and that there were some power outages already. And I believe the airport had closed.
Yeah, I've been seeing stuff popping up on my phone all day.
So hopefully the live stream will go off tonight. If not, I'm sure we will all understand.
Well, yeah, and I think when they did their intro for that this morning, they mentioned that, that could change depending on what the weather's doing. We've been down there when it's been 70-mile-an-hour winds, and it gets really crazy.
Yeah.
Not a hurricane, though.
We were camping at Fort Wilderness a few years back, and there was a tropical storm just offshore. And it was just enough to be super windy. And I know we're in Epcot and we had got caught in the storm. So we sheltered in the breezeway right there by Interventions. And it was like raining sideways.
And it was like being in a wind tunnel. It was the strangest thing. People were like holding on to benches and things and all hunkered down, and it was wild.
Yeah, I saw that, Ross. In fact, I saw a picture. They invited Lou Mangello out to the solar farm.
Really?
And he got to autograph one of the solar panels.
Tracy, our tent was totally 100% fine. We don't know how it managed.
Yeah.
But it was a little, we have like a screen porch. It was a little bit wet in there, but not bad. But we were amazed. We thought it was going to be all flat when we got back.
Oh, appreciate you, Nate. We'll try to hook up next time we're in Florida.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Nate.
So anyway, hopefully everybody's had a good time. And I think
cool, Ross. I'd love to do that.
We're going to, we're both ham radio operators. So we do, I don't go out and chase, but I check in on the Stormwatch nets on the radio and follow what's going on, because the ham radio operators generally are the ones that are alerting the weather department.
Yep.
So we're going to bring this to a close, I think. It's been a lot of fun. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope there weren't any glitches using the new Streamlabs.
Yeah, we really appreciate you all being here with us. Thank you so much.
Severe weather. Yeah, I heard that. I know, Ross.
Yeah.
There was training
Here too.
here for it to be accredited as a storm chaser, and
Yeah.
we totally forgot about it. And as it turned out, Lori's schedule changed and she couldn't go
Yeah,
anyway.
so that's the way it is.
So anyway, we're going to I think sign off here, and
Oh, that's cool, Tracy.
yep,
Nice.
that's how
Yep.
that Steve's World. What you got here just as we're getting ready to stop.
Hi, Steve's World.
All right, well, we can talk for another couple of minutes just so Steve won't feel left out.
And maybe somebody else will show up too. Oh, goodness. Oh, so do I have any more pictures I need to share?
Well, I don't know. That's up to you.
Well, let's see here. I don't know if anybody remembers shared the Dream Parade back in. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this, you guys. I'm trying though. Let's see. I want to go this way and that way.
Oh, we're great, Steve. How are you doing? Thanks for coming, Tracy. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we may run into each other when the Indie Disney meet
Oh, for sure.
happens, because I'm sure you'll probably go.
And if we hadn't said anything, Tracy, I'm actually working there this year, so I'm on the committee, and Bill will be helping, and so yeah, hopefully you'll be able to come over and see us, and there might be some other people that we know there too. They keep blocking Ross's. We're talking about stuff coming up on my phone here.
Oh,
Yeah. I think Ross is trying to post information about Main Street travel, and I don't know if it's Streamlabs or YouTube, but they're blocking it. Bill, it is crazy that you.
I wonder why.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, Steve, you need to try to come to the Indie Disney meet too, as well.
Yeah, your message to Steve's World to shout me out was held for review. I don't know whether that was Streamlabs or YouTube. That's interesting.
What is the Indie?
You don't know what the Indie? Oh my God, Steve! It's a thing that happens once a year. It's going to be in September this year.
21st, I think. It's a Saturday.
It's up in Fishers, Noblesville,
Noblesville.
at the 4-H Fairgrounds.
Yep.
We went last year for the first time. We're learning about it since Lori's on the committee. It's free to attend.
So fun.
They have all kinds of guests and programs. There's free food.
I don't know, Ross. I don't know what the deal is. They'll have to message you. Go back and read it. It's weird.
Some of the guests, in fact, if you're interested, Steve, you check on my channel. I have 2 videos from there. Part of the Roxy Dar was there. She's a big singer. Sang Disney songs.
Lou was there.
Lou Mangello was there, and I've got his entire talk that he gave.
Yeah. Have you posted that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both on the channel.
Yeah.
If you just
If you
search
wanna-
for Indie Disney Meet on my channel.
Yeah.
It's-
They had like characters.
Yeah, they had
have-
some people from the
Like an actor's.
501 Star Wars group.
Yeah.
They had some. They can't call them Disney princesses,
Right.
but they had some princesses there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Steve, they do have a Facebook page. If you go on Facebook and do a search for Indie Disney Meet, you can probably get a lot more information. Well, if you're going to come to that breakfast, Ross, I guess I'm going to have to, huh?
Yeah, I might not be able to because it's probably on Saturday, and I'm working Saturdays now. But Bill could come and fill me in for sure. Yeah, but yeah, Steve, you if you get a chance to go, you should, because it is a lot of
Okay,
fun.
Bob, thanks for coming. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Bob.
Um, do we have to RSVP for that, Ross? For
And
the
they
breakfast?
and I may know about that. I have to
I
go back
guess
and
I
check.
guess I could go look it up when the stream's over. I thought you might know off the top of your head.
Also, Steve, they have food and they have Dole Whip.
Yeah, they did have free Dole Whips
They had Dole Whip.
made my day.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, and then they have a lot of it is they raise money for Give Kids the World
Right, it's a charity
in
event.
Kissimmee, right? Yeah, they're in Kissimmee, and they actually have a booth there where they tell you all about it. They have a silent auction.
Yeah,
Well,
they have a silent
yeah,
auction
silent auction and
for stuff. They
do
obviously
raffle
accept
stuff.
donations
Yeah.
for from people as they come in.
Oh, he's looking.
But all the money goes to Give Kids the World. All of they have several major sponsors. The money's used to put the whole event on. I know all of the advanced purchase tickets. All right, I'll look for that, Ross. Thank you.
Yeah,
Because if you're coming, I guess I got to go just so I can meet you
in person.
in person. That's right. I know you on the phone, and I know you on Messenger. Anyway, we're almost at an hour now.
This has been amazing.
It just keeps going. It's
Yeah.
starting to take on a life of its own. We keep having
Isn't that how
people.
those work?
We keep having people. Oh, well, sorry, Ross, I can't make it.
Oh no, yeah,
We'll be at the qualifications that day.
no.
May
Yes, that's
18th.
qualifications. Parade 20.
We'll
Yeah.
be live streaming at the qualifications that afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love all you guys. Made my
That's-
day that Nate came onto my stream. Oh my God, I almost feel famous now. Thank all of you for coming. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun. We're getting better at this as time goes on. I mean, it's kind of weird just sitting. I mean, when live streaming from Disney is a little different than sitting and live streaming at your house. But it's fun, and we really appreciate you guys. And as always, this has been an odd production. Thanks for watching. See everybody later. Thanks for coming.